And for further analysis, let's now turn to Jeremy Saltan in Jerusalem. He's a Knesset insider and political analyst. Sir, thank you so much for your time today. How surprised at all of this are you by the decision to sort of dial back on the timing of this overhaul, at least temporarily?
Yeah, well, first of all, I must say that I'm very much surprised by both the intensity as well as, I would say, the determination and dedication of the protesters. We're talking about a protest movement that's been going on now for close to 3 months strong. And, if you look at just the protests today, being able to be out there for 12 hours, that is quite a long time. Now, of course, when you're looking at the decision by the prime minister to go ahead and postpone the legislation, I, I think that's something that is a little bit at this point less surprising. I think it would have been, frankly, more surprising had he decided to move forward.
And to that point, how exasperated are members of his own government with the idea of implementing this judicial reform? New York's Consul General just quit over the defense minister's sacking.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you're looking within the coalition government, you see different voices. Of course, there was the defense minister who was sacked for giving his opposition to trying to move forward with the legislation at this point. We know that there are people on the other side that are very much upset and have criticized the prime minister for his decision to freeze the current legislation in order to give a chance for dialogue with the other side. So we're definitely seeing both voices right now within the coalition itself.
And then how is the opposition responding to this melee to their advantage?
Well, the opposition, sort of like the coalition, is also split down the middle. You have had responses from both opposition leader Lapid as well as the leader of one of the other opposition parties, Benny Gantz, who he himself was a former defense minister. And both of them have said that they are willing to go and see some sort of dialogue, of course, as long as it's coordinated by President Herzog, who's viewed upon as a neutral figure. That being said, we saw other leaders of the opposition, such as the Labor Party leader, Merav Michaeli, who is not going ahead and moving forward with the attempts by the prime minister to try to have some sort of discourse or dialogue with the opposition, and saying straight out the mission of the protest is to topple the government, and that is what she intends to do.
And sir, this is a real inflection point. Netanyahu has dealt with so many colossal ups and downs in recent years. Does he survive this? And if so, how?
Well, the good news for him is that within the coalition itself, we have a situation where, it's 64 members out of 120 that really it's very safe to say that none of the other members within the 64, meaning the other 63, are alternatives to Netanyahu in terms of the members that we have right now in this Knesset. That being said, obviously, if we're looking at the polls right now, Netanyahu and the coalition government right now is taking a very big hit. It doesn't matter which poll you're looking at, who's conducting it, which channel it's being broadcast on. The support that I said before of 64 seats is down to 52 or 53 in latest polls coming out over the last 24 hours. So when you have those type of poll numbers, it also makes, I think, a lot of the coalition partners under Netanyahu's government understand that perhaps it does make sense to give dialogue a chance. We'll, of course, see what happens.
Still a very volatile situation. Okay, we will leave it there. Jeremy Saltan, thank you so much for your time.